how do you manage content creation with your daily life? How do you let that intertwine with each other? How do you keep a balance?
Okay, that's fine.
Because that's something I struggle with.
Yeah. Firstly, I'll explain the whole idea behind me getting into content creation. So I got into content creation because, well, content is king. It's the cheapest form of marketing. Literally, you can literally pick up your phone right now, make a video, and 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 people will see it, and so the cost of or on the investment is really low. You can do it for very cheap. So the idea was like, I thought, okay, if I can do this without having to spend, then why not do more of it, right? And then so the thing is now, I was like, fine, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to post every day on social media platforms, for example. And then I also have now YouTube that I'm getting into. But generally, I have 4 different platforms that I work on, and I post every day. So people are always like, bro, don't you have other things to do? You post every day. You don't have a life for it.
Yeah.
So actually, you can do what's called post scheduling.
Okay.
Some people might not know that, some people might know that, but if you're in marketing, you can do post scheduling, which means that generally, like for example, a video we're making like right now, we can make this video. From this video, we get 10 different clips for short form content, and then those 10 videos, we go and we schedule them for the next 10 days. And for the next 10 days, you don't have to touch your phone and go on Instagram. Your content is scheduled for you. And if you're charismatic like me, it might work out. If you're not, then, but it's, I think, basically to answer the question, how do I manage that, is basically I try to pick a day, schedule it on the calendar. This day is for making scripts or coming up with video ideas, and then another day for making content like we're doing right now. So you pick maybe 4 hours, you can be like, I'm going to make long form content. Personally, I do long form content because, it's easier. I kind of get it done at once rather than coming up with like 20 ideas for 30-second clips. I'm going to be, and I think that's it. So did you already know the answers to what I just said, or is it something you're definitely going to try?
I sort of started getting into not post scheduling, but I started, like, since I dress artistically already, like at school, my friend and I would just look for some aesthetic looking place and just create content for a few weeks. So we, like, every day we take content every day, and then we can post once a week so is it similar?
Yeah, I guess basically, but I would say if I could give you advice right now, I mean, my social media isn't all that yet, but I've worked with other brands, and the first thing you should focus on right now is quantity. Like, just get anything out there, because obviously you're not Beyonce. And if Beyonce makes a post, the whole world is going to see. But at this point, you just want to build on that quantity, like get more things going out there. And then, because what's going to happen with quantity is eventually there's going to be something that people really, really like. And it's a numbers game. So working on that quantity. And then eventually when you start noticing, okay, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these have performed very well. And then you just redo those 5 and then implement them again, which is the same thing I'm doing right now. I focus on quantity up until the point where I see, okay, this kind of content is blowing up. Then redo that, try to implement that content in a different style, maybe different music, whatever it is. Then you can start thinking about quality and be like, oh, what does my color grading look like? Or I've noticed also a lot of people, we have the mindset of, we want to start a podcast, we want to go on YouTube, and the first thing we think about, what cameras should I use? Or just focus on, just pick up your phone. Literally, my first video is also with my phone. Just pick up your phone and focus on that quantity. And from that quantity, you start understanding what you're doing as well. And then you get more and more ideas. Definitely.